Looking at the BT Speak Pro, this is Drew Weber, and I want to talk with you here in regards to web browsing. Now, we have several different options for web browsers pre-installed in the BT Speak Pro. I'm going to be looking at the Chrome web browser. There's a couple of different ways to get to it. We can either get to it from our desktop, or we can get to it from the applications or the internet menu. We're going to go ahead and get to it from that menu. Let's go ahead and dive into that menu with OChord. It's going to be familiar if you've got a BT Speak Basic. That's 135 and spacebar.
Left top panel. Applications menu.
I'm going to go ahead and dot forward chord or down arrow until we get to our internet menu.
Accessories menu. Chromium apps menu. Graphics menu. Internet menu.
I want to stop and say Chromium Apps menu may not be one that you would see there if yours is just out of the box. What that means is there are specific websites that the Linux operating system sees as apps if you're using the Chrome browser, and you're presented with an option to go ahead and add those as apps. Now, really what that means is it's not a full-fledged application install, but it's putting an icon into that menu or your desktop or both, which will easily let you navigate back to that website or application without you having to manually create a bookmark. So that's really, really cool. I wish Windows would do the same thing, and maybe it does, and I just don't know it. But I've got a couple of things that are in that menu. I've got Facebook, which is one, which I went into today, and then it allowed me to set that and install that as an application. So just wanted to explain that menu option may not be there for you. But we are going to go ahead and get into our internet menu. And we'll go ahead and hit .8 or enter here.
Return. Chromium web browser.
And again, we have several different web browser options here. We'll just drive down this menu. I have only went into Chrome and or Chromium. So let's see what else we have as options.
Dillo. Firefox. Mud. Pigeon. Thunderbird. Chromium web browser.
I can hear some people be excited about the Mud app or Mud client, because I know that there are some gamers out there, especially in the accessibility world, that do some gaming with Mud. So that's pretty cool that that comes as a stock option. I'm not a gamer, so that's about all I can tell you about Mud at this point. But let's go ahead and jump into Chromium. Before we do, I want to tell you, and this may be something that I could change in my settings. I have looked around a little bit and haven't figured out why this happens or what I could change to make this not happen, but it doesn't really bother me. When we get into Chrome the first time, we're asked to set a password, and it's a password for, I believe, a part of the operating system being utilized that is protected, so to speak. And so I created a password, and then each time when you first launch into the operating system, and what I mean by that is when you turn on your BT Speak and you launch over to the desktop mode, that's what I'll call first launching into the operating system. You're asked then for that password, and you put that in, and then any time after that of that session in your operating system of the desktop mode, you don't have to put that password back in to get into Chrome. So I did want to mention that. So as I hit .8 or enter on Chrome here, we're going to go ahead and see that we're asked for that password.
Return. Desk. Applications menu. Menu. Unlock gearing dialog in application wants access to the gearing left quote default gearing right quote, but it is locked. Password text.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and type in my password here. I do have key echo on, but I assume it to say stars.
0%. Circle. 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 Circle.
Or circles, either way. I'm going to go ahead and hit enter.
Desktop. Icon view. Chromium frame. Address and search bar autocomplete. Loading. Please wait. Finished loading new tab.
So what I want to kind of tell you here, one of the things I've been really impressed with about the desktop mode is its speed. So that is the first launch, so to speak. So Chrome has not been sitting in memory. We're not pulling Chrome back up that's already been launched. So that's pretty quick to get that pulled up. And that's pretty neat to go ahead and have that experience. So as we launch websites, there's going to be a little bit of time that it does take to pull the website in. But again, not a bother for me, especially when we're able to browse with familiarity, if you will. And I'll kind of talk about what I mean by that. So what I'm going to do, we're sitting in the address bar, and I want to tell you that we're going to be using grade 1 or computer braille as we type in our web address. And then I'm going to tell you how we get back to that address bar. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my website, www.drewsound.com, and it's where these are posted, at least one of the places where you'll find these demos here, bite-sized chunks. So knowing that this is computer braille, we're typing in .46 for period, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and hit enter. Now I have launched this website previously, so there may be some things cached. It may not be a super accurate understanding of exactly how long it takes to load, but it is not very long. Enter.
Return. List box. Drew sound and dash. Make some noise. Drew sound equals Drew Weber's audio document web.
Okay.
Loading. Please wait. Finish loading Drew sound
There we
and
go.
dash. Make some noise.
So I'm going to hit
Drew
H
sound
for heading.
H. Drew sound visited link heading level 1.
So we got feedback there, which was great feedback, that the website was being loaded, which site it was, and then when it was complete. And now we're able to use what, again, I consider as familiarity commands to drive through our website. So in Windows, we have H to go to different headings. We have B for buttons. We may have, of course, some other things as well for different form fields, and et cetera, et cetera. But it's really familiar if you know how to braille in. An H, of course, a 125, B for button, 12, .8 for enter. We've got a lot of familiarity, and that's what I really like about this. It's not that we have to wrap our minds around something completely new and a whole new experience. We just have to go about it maybe a little bit of a different way. So I really like WordPress, who I host my website through, because every new post is a new heading. So it's really easy for me with accessibility to drive through my website and others who use WordPress. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to hit H here.
H. Interesting percussion created by overdubbing a code bottle link heading level 2.
Okay, so here we are. We could enter on this post, which would take us to the post directly. Now the post is displayed along with others on the web page, so we don't necessarily have to do that. So we can read down this post with a down arrow or .4 chord.
Overdubbing a Coke bottle. All the sounds were created with the Coke bottle. Pretty fun. Experimentation. Figure. Play push button. Audio times for upper horizontal slider. Lamps time : 0:00. Volume horizontal slider 100. Mute push button. Show more media controls push button opens menu.
So it reads us our whole list of controls there. Now, we're not focused on all of them at once. We're just focused on the top one, if I'm understanding correctly, which is a play button. So just to show you the speed of this, I'm just going to hit spacebar.
Space.
And there we go. You probably can't hear it super well. Put this up here a little bit. So that's my Coke bottle drum session with my Zoom H1 Essential. And I was on lunch the other day and I thought that would be kind of interesting because I am definitely an audio geek. So we can pause it. Well, it just stopped. Let's showcase pausing it. So it's the same button. Let's play it again with spacebar.
Space.
Let's pause it with spacebar.
Space. Space. Space.
So we can tell that this is really responsive, and I really love that. And that's how I feel about the web browsing experience here within Chrome is, you know what, you got a lot of responsiveness. So let's go to a next post here. Let me see, I'm just going to H here to go to the next heading.
H. Update. Daily Planner JavaScript v1.2 link heading level 2.
Okay, so these are some JavaScripts that I've written, and I know I've got some text here that I've written about these scripts. Now, I'm not going to let it read the whole thing, but I want to showcase a say all with an ER chord, which is 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 and spacebar.
Update. Daily Planner JavaScript v1.2. Been using this update for a couple of months strong now, and everything seems to be fixed plus a couple of new features. These could easily self.
Okay.
Everything seems to be
So,
fixed plus a couple of new features.
what I want to showcase here is that the cursor in the desktop mode, because, you know, of course we're using Orca, it follows right along with where we're at. So I hit a .1 chord, and it moved me right back to the previous line that I was on that had been red. which I think is really, really cool. Let's go ahead and move back to the address bar. Now, generally speaking, there are a couple of ways to get there, but Alt-D is what I would normally use. So we're going to use D and .8 to go ahead and press Alt-D. 145 and 8.
Address and search bar on complete HTTPS.
Let's hit .7.
Backspace.
That'll just delete everything out of there. And let's type in www.google.com in grade 1 Braille. .8 for enter.
Return. List box. Loading. Please wait. Search. Search editable combo box opens list box.
And as we normally do, we foul on the search box in Google. So we can go ahead and hit enter here to go into the search box.
Return.
And I don't necessarily know for sure if we have to do that. I don't hear like a forms mode as I would think of it turning on. But we are able to now type into this search box. I'm going to type in BT Speak. UCORD for uppercase once. And then let's do BT SPEAK. And I'll hit .8 for enter here.
Return. Loading. Please wait. Browse mode. Accessibility links. Skip to main content. Link. Turn off continuous scrolling. Link. Accessibility help. Link. Accessibility.
I'm going to do H for heading.
H. Filters and topic H. Search results heading level 1. H. Products heading level 3 visited link. H. BT Speak heading level 3 link.
And I'm going to use a .4 chord for down arrow.
Blazy Technologies link.
And here we are in a familiar spot, so we could go to the Blazy Technologies link, and we can hit .8 or enter.
Return. Product page bar Blazy Technologies document web. Loading. Please wait. Finished loading product page bar Blazy Technologies. Page has 8 landmarks, 2 headings, 2 visited links.
So we can see here really how easy it is to browse the web in Chromium inside our Braille and our understanding of the BT Speak. It's really, really cool. And it's pretty quick as well, and I really like that. So there's of course more to be explored within Chromium, but this is just a real quick snippet of how easy it is to launch a website, navigate through the website, and do a say all from your BT Speak desktop.